Hey guys, you're watching the one and only. My name is AJ. Welcome back to another episode of Let's Build a Zoo. Today, the chest is... boom! Big cats. Ow, that was loud. Let's turn that down. No, that's still loud. That's better. I'm not going to be deaf by the end of this episode now. Yes, big cats. Tigers. Well, I think they're just lions, aren't they? I think that's what we get out of these. Let's just double check. We'll get a sword to remove them. That's a tiger. I didn't know that you could get tigers. That's a tiger. I know there's lions and there's... oh, our lions are different mod. That's not a big cat. That's a leopard. I thought that they were just tigers out of here when... lions out of here when I done it. Or it must be another egg. Oh, that's a lion. There's a panther. We didn't get those on the tests. Oh, this is awesome. And then there's a lion. Okay, we're doing lions today, not tigers. We're doing lions. Lions and tigers and bears. Oh, my. So, lions, tigers, and bears. Let's get rid of these. And we'll keep the eggs on us. Now, lions. Lion pens are interesting because, like the goats, they like stuff to climb on. We're going to have some iron bars to go around the outside of it. And we're going to have some fences to go around the outside of that so people don't get too close and stick their fingers through the fence, because we all know some idiot that would do that. we all have an idiot like that in our lives. We're going to need some stone, potentially for some stoned areas for them to climb on. But we'll probably do that with World Edit. Which means I'm probably going to need a sword. Let's do a stone sword for stone, because that makes sense. And we'll do brush, sphere, stone, 2. Okay? There'll be just little rocks. We're going to want water. Obviously, I think that makes sense. We might need a slab that goes across the top of the fence. That way it'll stop, hopefully, maybe the lions from climbing up and going over it. And for the moment, that'll do. That's a good start, I think. So let's work out a sort of size. Let's start in the middle with the stone first. Okay, so we want some sort of rocky formations. Now, I looked up enclosure for a lion, and they were all very similar. Out of all the enclosures that like each zoo had, they all had a very flat stoned area, something along the lines of this that the lions could lay on. They'd just, you know, be able to lay on there and just sort of chill out. And then at the back of it, it went higher up with some rocks, just a little bit higher, something like this. Obviously we want to have it at least 2 blocks straight up, so we can't have these here, for example, like that, and then the lions can't jump up onto it. Now, in real life, I'm sure that a lion could probably, you know, just, like, jump up to it. But in Minecraft, they don't, so we don't need to do that. Plus, I think if we go any higher, it's going to look a little bit weird. Maybe I can go 1 block higher. Oops. Undo. That one, that one, that one, and that one. Okay, I think that's not too bad. That's a little bit higher, isn't it? Yeah. Okay, I like that. And then make this part a little bit shorter. Beautiful. Okay, now, fences are going to go around the rest of that. We're going to need a water area. Now, lions do like water, but they don't really like all that much water, because they're a cat. I don't think that they can even swim, at least not properly. I think they sort of panic, like cats do, like your household cat does. You never see a cat that enjoys going into the bath. They always pretty much want to get out as soon as possible. I think we'll probably do that with World Edit. So I'm not going to make it any deeper than 1 block. Replace air with water. Any deeper than 1 block, they're going to sink in it, and the cats aren't going to like it. They're going to want to get out. Maybe the AI has even programmed it. You know, the mob itself probably doesn't like going in water. That would be cool, wouldn't it? Like, if it went into water, it would be like an Enderman and sort of freak out. Not teleport, but sort of freak out and want to get out of the water as quick as possible. That would be really cool. And then finally, we want something to climb. Now, it's always made of wood, this stuff. I like the jungle wood in this texture pack is really, really nice. And fence posts will probably be enough. See, they always have a little thing that they can jump up and climb onto. Now, I doubt I might be able to do it in a way that we can do it. Yeah, no, we should be able to, actually. I thought it would have been nice if we could actually make it so that the tigers could potentially get up to here. And I think we can do it. If we do something like this. And then this way again. As long as this doesn't go into the water. I think it's just going to be close to the water, but not in it. That one and that one. Click, 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 click. Oh, beautiful. Look at that. We done that perfectly. And then either slabs or stairs. Slabs will probably fit quite nicely. And I think I want to do them just a one wide path. So it's like a tricky little walkway pathway up for the lions. That one, that one, that one, and that one. Something like that. So then they can climb up there. You always see there's always one lion asleep right at the top. Usually the male, because he's laziest. Okay, that looks pretty cool. Now we can get in the sort of enclosure size. Now, the rocks are actually going to be the sort of back of it. So we want to have something... How am I going to do this in, like, the easiest way? How high do we want it to go as well? How high do we want the fence to go? We want it pretty high. I think maybe... the same height as that, so on this layer here I'm going to go from here, and then just for a test one I'm going to go to here, 101. Oops. Replace air with 101. Such a cool fence. I've done this texture myself, made like a chain link effect on it. I think it looks really, really nice. I think it's a really good chain link sort of effect. So what we want to do is we don't want to have it completely square. We want to have parts that come in, parts that go out. That way you get a much more sort of realistic pen. You never see a perfectly square pen. We don't want to make sure that this isn't too big, that it looks like wrong compared to everything else in the zoo, but we want it to be a nice size. I would like to get... Well, there's only ever one male. I think it's silly to have more than one male. But we want a few females. The tough part is going to be like the bunny rabbits, isn't it? The tough part is going to be getting only lions in there and not the... See, when we went through on the first episode, on episode 1, when we went through all of the animals on the same world, I got to the cats and I spammed down a ton of cats. A ton of them. And I swear it was that egg, but I only ever got lions. And I haven't updated the mod. Maybe we got super unlucky. That's the only thing I can think of. But I remember saying at the time, and you guys should remember this too, I remember saying at the time, oh, it would be cool if there was tigers and panthers in there. I don't know, what's the other word for panther? Some people call them panthers, some people call them... I can't remember what the other one is. Black leopard or something like that. I know one of them is an actual animal, and I know one of them is sort of a myth. I know that, like, one doesn't exist, or it might not even be those two. I know there's a word that I used to call them, and someone told me one day, look, those animals don't exist. It's a made-up myth word from a film, like The Jungle Book or whatever made up the name, or incorrectly. They didn't make it up. They incorrectly called like one of the animals like a panther or something, and then it turns out that the panther in real life doesn't technically exist. It's meant to be another type of animal. That's one block too high. That one. Okay, so that's the enclosure size. That looks so good with the iron bars up there. Now, I got these slabs because I thought potentially they would look good along the top. I usually do this whenever I do a fenced-off area, like the airport, for example. I think it makes sense, though, in this zoo, because it should stop if the lions did climb up the fence. When they get to this top bit, it can be very difficult to try and get over the top of something. Do we need it, though? I don't know if we do. I think it looks better without it when I'm sort of standing here. I don't know. As far as greenery goes, like trees and grass, I think I'm going to go with mostly bushes and leaf blocks. And then as far as shelter goes, I think I sort of want an open pen. Like an open like a fence with like a little wooden roof. Again, hopefully that we can actually lay on top of. Oh, I threw it. And also, Glass in capital letters. Also, I want normal glass panes, and I want what block? A green. Maybe not a green wool. Maybe a green clay, or an orange or a yellow. Yellow. Like this is a pretty nice looking yellow. I know there was something very, very similar to when I went to the zoo. It was like this, right? And it had like a frame around the outside, and then this part was open so the lions could escape into the. No, it wasn't open. We're going to replace this with glass, like this. And then this was an area that you could get really up close to the lions with. Like you could go right up to here, and if the lions were about, you could like almost touch your hand on their paw if they were up against the glass. And they seemed to enjoy it. This part was also overcovered from what I can remember. Slab, jungle wood, because it's sort of matching in with everything else in the area. It was just something very simple like this. And then a fence post, which I've got. Like that. Oop, wrong one. And there was also some benches in here, some chairs. Not those ones. Oh, there is that really good one, though. This one. I want like a clean-ish texture. I think probably the wooden ones are probably the cleanest we're going to get. Like that. Just a couple of seats. That looks so cool. We'll put the floor around and stuff later on. I should probably put the underlay. The stone brick underlay around the iron bars as well. I'll do that in a minute. I'll cut away and I'll do the path and that bit later on. Okay, what I do want though is a little area for them to chill out in and sleep. I think I'm going to stick with fences. I don't think I'm going to touch logs. I think they're going to look a little bit too big. But we'll have something like that, because I don't think that they have like I might be wrong here, but I don't think that they have like an area where they get closed off. I mean, they must have something for like when they need to get in to the lions and stuff, but I've never seen anything like. There's usually just something like that. We'll grab some hay blocks. I love making these enclosures. I never thought that I'd have so much fun, like thinking about it. Ooh, I want them. So we'll have, I think maybe in the floor there's like a base. We'll place them upright. They look really comfy that way. And this back one. That's pretty good. And then some leaves, like this. Just something that looks pretty cool like that. Yeah, put one in there as well. I'll leave this side open. I want some leaves up here. We're going to have to remember, make sure that we don't do nothing like that, though, so they can climb up it. We want to make sure that we always have the 2-block minimum jump. So we'll have something like that and like that. And then the same thing like this. And like that. Just a little bit there. Maybe it should go up this way as well. That's good. That's good. That's good. And I think that's pretty much it for that area. For this area, I want some long grass. I want to bone meal the ground and add some tall grass to it. That would be cool. Bone meal. Oh yeah, I forgot to bone meal around those trees as well, didn't I? Okay, so it might have been easier just to place them, but no, we'll bone meal it. So we're going to do something like this. I don't want too much of it, actually, because we want I want this part to be open. I've got water on me. I want this part to be open because there's always an event or always like a time in the day that the zoo members, the zoo staff, feed the lions, and they'll feed them through the bars with chunks of meat, and you can like watch them do it. So we want like an open area for that. Oh, some went through the fence. That's okay. That's good. That's good. That's what a lion likes. I've got a sneeze coming. Oh man. Okay, and I think I'm actually going to go with jungle trees. We've used jungle wood in here already. And I think some jungle trees will just look nice. Just one wide one, so not the 2x2 big style jungle trees you see in the biome. Just some singular ones instead. Okay, that looks really nice. So jungle, just maybe a couple of them, like one over here. Yeah, exactly like that. And maybe one here. Get some shade maybe underneath there in the water. And I think one more. 3s are always the best number when it comes to a visual effect. That looks really nice. I think I want some different terrain on the inside as well. It all being grass looks a little bit dull. Maybe we should mix in some coarse podzol works. I don't have coarse dirt, but I do have gravel. Podzol and gravel, and sort of mix it into that area a little bit. Let's just try a chunk of it here. If we go from here to there roughly, and we replace grass with gravel. What was the other one? Coarse. Oh, not coarse. That podzol 3-2. I knew it was one of those. 3-2. I'm just going to type it in there, and then I know it's there. Then replace grass with 3-2 gravel. Grass. I want more grass than anything else. So I'm going to actually type grass a few times to make sure that the percentage of grass is higher. And one more. Exactly. That's like the perfect ratio, it seems. There to there. Make sure none go over the outside. And I think that's like pretty good. Maybe there's a little spot here that could do with some. Just puts a little bit down. That looks so much better. Still a lot of grass, but you can see sort of where they've walked the most and stuff like that. Let me get a bit of a path down and I shall be back, okay? Oh, there's also a couple I need to revert to stone brick here. Okay, I'll be back. I think I've worked out how this egg works. Okay, let me kill these lions off. I got 2 here. I think I've worked out how it works. Someone said it's to do with the biomes. I don't think that's right. You watch. Look. Tiger. Tiger, tiger, tiger. And then if you kill them all off, it'll do a different big cat. And that's why we never got any tigers. And we never got any of the panthers on that first world. Because we got lucky and we hit lion on the first go. Look. This time, oh, it's tiger again. So we clear it out. And I think it only spawns what's nearby. That's how it works. So we've got lion, 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 lion. You won't get any. And there'd be panther, 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 etc., etc. And you'll never get another type of big cat. You'll only ever get lions. That's really cool. And then you can kill them all off and then spawn them again. I don't know how far away I need to be. Like, if I want tigers in the next pen, I might have to be a far enough distance away for, like, it not to register as this pride almost, and then do another one. Let's try it. If I go over here, like I think probably here, yeah, tiger. If I can get a panther one, I'd like to show you that as well. Panther, 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 panther. That's really cool. Now I think that's enough proof that it's not to do with the biomes. I think it's to do with what other big cats are nearby. Now you might have also noticed I put down the I'm sorry. I put down the stone brick underneath it, but I haven't put the brick path that connects up because, like I said at the beginning of the episode, that's so cool. I want to get an area fenced off that you can't go or that you're not meant to be able to go near. Maybe like a couple of blocks back, a couple of grass blocks back, and we basically want to run this 2 blocks around the entire perimeter. I think I was 1 block too short. Oh yeah, like that. And then that way, that person that we all know can't get close enough to it. Someone could climb over the bench. Someone could climb over the bench, but someone could just climb over the fence as well. I've seen it happen. Not with a lion, and not in real life. I've seen it on the internet, on YouTube, you know, with all these stupid people videos and fails and stuff like that. Oh, that's too far away. I saw a video with a bear, and it was not nice, not good to watch. And this guy was, he wanted to take a picture with the bear, Now, I can understand why you would want to take a picture of the bear. That's cool. Take a picture of the bear. I don't think anyone has a problem with that. But don't go in or over the side of the banister in order to get the picture with the bear. Take the picture of the bear from a little way back. From behind the fence where you're meant to stand. Anyway, this guy didn't. And this guy went right up, like he went up to here and like took a selfie with it. And as he turned around, there was a bear there. And the bear grabbed hold of him and actually got hold of his shoulder. And with his paw and dragged him closer. And then got hold of his arm with his teeth. And or with his mouth or whatever. It might have just been his paw. I don't know I don't think he actually got his mouth anywhere near it. Now I'll think about it again. Anyway, he got hold of his arm and he ripped his arm off. No joking, not a laughing matter. I know some of you are laughing, but it's stupid. He sort of deserved it. But no, they actually ripped his arm off. I think he survived. I think he lived. How? I'm not quite sure, but I think he lived. But he lost his arm. Like the bear got his arm. That's crazy, and it's on YouTube still. I'm sure they'll probably take it down at some point. I like that. That looks so cool. Anything around the pond, like some little ferns or some bushes. I know we don't want flowers. I don't think flowers would be the best thing to have. Fern. Obviously, yeah, flowers wouldn't be the best thing to have around a lion place. I don't think it would really suit their personality a great deal. But I think some ferns just around the edge here. See, that looks quite nice. What about some sugar cane? And some string. String is just here to stop the shorter ones from growing any taller that we don't want. Sometimes we want them to stay a short height, like a 1 block high one, like that. I think that's pretty nice, right? I think that's pretty nice. Now, around this area, obviously we want to get the paintings "Do Not Feed the Animals" as well. So much to do. I think we're okay for time though. I'm just gonna. I know it can't really go on the iron bars, can it? Let's get a wood, a plank, yeah, like that. A jungle wood one? No, just a normal one. Like that. Now I've got to just find the right one. I'm just gonna put one up, and then I can do the rest off camera if I wanted more signs up there. But we haven't used this sign yet. It's as high resolution as I can get with the text as well, but we are trying to fit an awful lot of text onto a very small area, so it's a little bit blurry look, but it does work. You can read it, you know exactly what it says. Please do not feed the animals, they may bite. So it's not too mean, you know, it's quite a nice message as far as it can go. Okay, and then in the middle of the fenced area here, I think I want like a podzol, which is 3-2, we learned earlier in the episode. So from there to there, replace grass with 3-2. Now, do I also want to have any... oops, that one to that one. Do I want to have stone brick underneath the fences, like we do underneath fences everywhere else? Like, are we going to keep that as a theme? I think we should. It's a little bit more work, but I think we should. Oh, I did get it all. I thought I missed a bit for a minute then. That one to that one. That one to that one. That one to that one. We don't need to go underneath the benches. There'll be bricks when we get there. Oh yeah, someone, a couple of people have said, I like the texture for the path, but I think, personally I think, it's an opinion, that it should be lighter, they said. Now, I love that kind of constructive criticism, that kind of helping criticism. That's a really, really good way to do it. I don't know if I 100% agree with you yet. There's a lot more set 98. There's a lot more bricks that would need to go down for me to completely set 98. There you go. There's an awful lot more bricks that I need to set down. Why does it go to podzol? Why would it do that? Hold on. That one to that one. Set 98. Then that one to that one. Huh, okay, there we go. There's an awful lot more that bricks that I need to put down. I would have to have a very large area to be able to decide that. But that's something that can easily be done. That's not something that we need to worry about now. If it comes to a point where we have a huge amount of brick in the world and all the paths, or a lot of paths are about, and then we go, you know what? That person was right. These bricks should be lighter. It's not that we have to. It's not like we have to change every single block. All we need to do is change the texture, and boom, it's done. We've changed it. So it shouldn't really be that much of a problem. If it does come to that. That one. These fences can be a real pain to go underneath, because like I can't click on that grass block here. It's click on the fence. To get on that grass block, I need to go on the other side. It's really annoying doing the fences because I have to keep going over the top of the fence to keep getting onto the other side. That one and that one. Ooh, you can do it a little bit quicker as well. If I do like second one here. Nope. You just got to get the right way around though. First one there. I hate that. Second one there. First one there. Second one there. And then it's a little bit quicker than the way I was doing it. That one. That one. It just requires a little bit more thought. That one. And you have to just keep alternating the clicks. But I think it's a really nice way to finish off the edging. It'll connect up really nicely to the bricks then as well. Second, first. Second. First. Wrong. Yeah, the brick will really nicely sort of connect up that way. That one, we're so close. That one, and then I think we've pretty much got a finished enclosure here. I forgot what one I was on. That one. We'll start again. That one. Oh, like 3 more clicks to go. That one. And finally, I can't remember what one I was on, so I'm just going to do that. There we go. Whew. That looks so cool, though. Plenty big enough. I'm very happy with the size of this one. We've got 1 male one, which is what we said we wanted, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 females. That's a really nice sized pride. I like the leaves. I like the fact that the animals can climb up and get on top of stuff. They can even get on top of this if they wanted to. Look, they can climb up these leaves to get on top, but they shouldn't be able to climb over. There shouldn't be anywhere that they can get out. That's part of having a zoo, though, isn't it? Like, just seeing if they can get out. Just seeing what will happen if they do. No, that's probably not the best way. I don't need a path here yet. I don't want to have a path in yet, the brick one, because in between here, maybe work on this a little bit next episode. I want like a big treed area, like a miniature forest that you can't get in. It's just there to sort of break up the enclosures, so the animals can't see each other, get wound up from each other, and just will visually look really nice. Some big tall trees. I'm thinking about some like 2x2 jungle trees and stuff like that. We'll talk about it next episode though. If you enjoyed it, hit that like button. If you haven't already, then feel free to subscribe. We shall see you in the next episode.